My name is Jeff Churchill. I run a company called Jitterbug Boy. We do custom handmade shoes for the film industry, for theater, for all different arts productions. Been doing it for about 14 years here in Toronto, and it's all based out of this room. We've done Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. We do all the Fast and Furious films. We do Mission Impossible films. A whole bunch of others, a lot of Disney and superhero things. Like we did some Marvel projects like Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers Age of Ultron, most recently Captain Marvel and Ant-Man and the Wasp. Yeah, no, we do just kind of everything. I come into shoemaking in a very unusual way because I'm actually self-taught. I've never gone to school for it or anything. I've kind of picked it up in my early days just from working with other people. You know, diving in and figuring stuff out, and as a result that's kind of why we do a lot of the odd and unusual stuff, because there was nobody ever saying no, that's odd and unusual. So it was just kind of like, here are the challenges, figure it out, and that's how we get into doing a lot of the weirder, a lot of the just not traditional shoemaking things. You know, when I was growing up, I did all sorts of aspects of backstage theater, from like carpentry to costumes to props. And it was one of those things, as soon as I started doing it, all the best aspects of all the different things I was doing in theater all kind of came together with shoes. So it was a little bit of costumes, it was a lot of props, it was a little bit of metalwork and carpentry. And yeah, the more I started doing it, the more I was like, wait, this actually might be something that I could pursue. And kind of decided to, and realized I was kind of good at it too, so that led to a career, I guess. Yeah, I guess there's been a lot of highlights as well, like Jojo Rabbit, the new Taika Waititi film. There's a couple of really amazing shoe shots, I always call them, where you can actually see the work and all the hours that go into it when you can actually see it on screen. It's amazing. Rocket Man was one of the few times where you literally got a close-up of some of our work, which was pretty wild, so that was definitely a highlight. Worked on Ballad of Buster Scruggs, and we got to make boots for Tom Waits, and like, Tom Waits is my idol. My company, Jitterbug Boy, is named after a Tom Waits song, so the fact that through this weird circumstances of working on this film, I got a call one day saying, yeah, we just had a fitting, we're hoping you can squeeze these boots in as well. They're for Tom Waits, do you think you can do it? Like, yeah, I think so. And then doing those was really meaningful to me, because his music has had a big impact on my life. And then being able to go to the cinema, you know, it's probably 16 months later, and actually seeing him wearing our boots on the big screen was just like, that probably beats everything. Like, beyond whatever A-list Hollywood actor or whatever, like, just seeing this guy on screen wearing our stuff, that was pretty wild. So we make everything in this room all completely by hand, from beginning to end. As a result, we use very little as far as modern technology. The work that happens within the shop isn't that different from what would have happened in a shoemaking shop, 100 years ago. Most of the tools we use are hand tools, and there's something really nice about that, because you feel really connected to what you are working on. When you're using scissors or pliers or whatever, they really just need to be an extension of who you are, so that you don't need to think about it. I just really fall in love with tools, and they are such an important thing for what I do, because I've always got some sort of tool in my hand that when you find something that works with you, it's really kind of great. I first heard about LDH Scissors through Ted and Christine at More Pearsall. They were in here, we were talking about leather one day. They mentioned the scissors, we started talking about scissors, they brought some by on their next visit and we started using them, and they just feel really good in the hands. They're nice, they're light, heavy enough that you can cut through whatever materials you want, but they're also fine enough that you can get the real detail stuff. I also love the tips, because it's really hard to find good leather shears with a decent tip. So that's how LDH came into our shop, and we've been using them ever since. My name is Jeff Churchill. I'm a shoemaker, I'm a business owner, I'm the Jitterbug Boy, and I use LDH scissors.